All right. Well, let's stick with the Mavs and Luka talk because he's at the leader of the board
Yeah.
here for MVP odds plus 390. Brian, wasn't he the leader last year and they were immediately like 8 games out of first
Yes,
place or
right
something,
away.
and then he dropped and we didn't
Right away.
hear. We didn't hear.
Well,
They
it's funny
discounted
because
anything he
I
did.
bet him. I think I bet him the last 2 years, and I keep saying I'm going to bet him every year. But then every year he's coming out of shape and fat. This year's
Yeah.
the first year he's actually coming into the season in shape. So you got to take him very seriously this year,
Right.
which I definitely would. I just don't know if plus 390 is worth it compared to some of the other guys.
Yeah, he's plus 390. Giannis plus 575. Embiid 7-1. Tatum and Durant 10-1. And Jokic, the reigning champ, is 12 to two-time champ. He's won 2 in a row, 12-1. Interesting. Now, I know the idea is they don't give it. Larry Bird, only a couple players won it 3 times in a row, so some voter fatigue sets in. But Jokic, I'm not even taking Jokic, but he got almost every first place vote last year. I'm taking Giannis plus 575, who won the 2 before Jokic and couldn't get a third because of the same reasoning I'm buying into now. But I think it's his turn here. It was Jokic, Embiid, Curry were the top 3 last year. Giannis was 4th. Like I said, Jokic was like, I think there was like 2 first place votes other than Jokic, who had like 51. Giannis is 27, 6-time All-Star. I don't have to go through this. 6-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defensive Forward, which I think they should look at more. He's always around 30, 12, and 6. A block and a half per game. I think if he's a top 2 or 3 seed, which the Bucks will be, I have high hopes for them, then he's going to be right up there plus 575. He's in the running. I think, Bri, if I have to take 2 guys, I take Giannis and who you're about to say right now.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Embiid's plus 700. I think that's pretty good value there. And I do think, obviously, Giannis is still the best player. I do think, though, there is some fatigue with Giannis or Jokic still. Maybe not as much with Giannis because it's been 2 years. I think it's going to be almost impossible for Jokic to win, even if he has better numbers. But yeah, I like Embiid and Doncic this year. I think I'm going to put a bunch on those 2 guys. And Embiid's, now he's finished second for 2 years in a row here. He was the favorite at some point in the season, in the second half of the season last year, right?
Yep.
And when you're talking about numbers, he's averaged 31, 12, 4, a steal, a block, 1.5 threes per game. They should be a top team in the East here. And the reason why I'm taking him over Doncic too is, when part of the kid was going over that team. I mean, kudos to Doncic if they do have 50 plus wins. But I look at that roster and I'm like, oh my God, how? I feel like they're going to win maybe more like 45. So I don't know if he's going to get MVP with that many wins here, but
And you also don't have the Murray excuse, right? If he's healthy,
Yeah.
right? Like that was the big thing. Like he was out, so
Yeah,
that's why
and,
Jokic should win.
yeah, I mean, I just think Embiid. People kind of feel bad for Embiid after, especially last season. He's going to want to prove that he's the MVP this year.
Well, here's the other thing, brother Bry. Skinny Jimmy. You seen James Harden?
Oh yeah,
Really? Rail thin. What's going on? He might be serious about basketball this year. Change his game. He actually does look good. So Embiid 7-1, I think, is a good pick too. All right, Harry. Well, I mean, you took the Suns.
Yeah.
Now this is really all right. Go ahead, sell us on Devin Booker.
42-1. I think that's incredible value for a guy who could be on a team that could be the number 1 seed by the end of the regular season. It's 5 straight years, 25 points or more, and he takes a lot of tough shots. He takes a decent amount of threes. 4 straight years, he shot 47% from the field or better. Can take over games. Can go out and get you if you need 40 a game. If you need 45 and 10 assists from him, it's a guy that can do it for you. I think Booker 42-1 on a team that's very talented. It's great value.
But Harry, so this is a regular season award, right?
Yes.
And well, they won 64 games last year.
Okay.
And he wasn't even in the top
I understand,
6,
and
so that's
we
why
discussed
he's
this
4.
last year.
So how many games do they need to win for him to get a vote?
I think it was stupid that he didn't. I didn't understand it. Guy was had a great
Well,
season
because you think
last
it's
year.
stupid doesn't mean you should tell people to put money on this.
I don't know why he was such of a long shot when his stats warranted him being a valid MVP player type of stats he had.
I know, but they're not voting for him.
I don't know why they're not voting
doing
for him. Still, the Suns were the best team in the regular season. He should have got way more
All
votes.
right.
It was great.
Everybody, waste your money on this while Harry figures out why nobody voted for him. Babyface, do you understand my logic here?
Guy
I'm
scored
not trying to
70
get
in a
on him
game
here,
in the
but
NBA. He deserves a lot. He's done plenty over his time there.
I don't care.
My
You could be
point is-
100%
point is-
right, but he's not getting
Well, I
getting
know.
votes.
Okay, maybe I am. Okay.
They vote for four guys.
NBA sucks.
All right.
What do you want me to tell? What do you want me to say?
Oh, all right. Babyface. Can you
Devin Booker being 42
Am I
to 1
crazy?
is stupid. Okay, he should not be 42 to 1 with his numbers and being on the team that he's on.
But you do this a lot. You bet on guys who can't win, and you're like, "Oh, that's an amazing number." Like you can hang it on your refrigerator.
Why
but it
shouldn't
doesn't
Devin
mean it's
Booker
gonna
be
cash.
able to win MVP? He's awesome. That's all.
I don't know, but the same guys vote every
I
year,
know.
and they won
Well,
64 games last year.
Yeah.
He does like the Suns to win it all. So,
But it's a regular
right,
season
no, right,
vote,
but
right?
What has he done that he doesn't deserve?
here's
it? What has
where
he done that he
I'll
doesn't
take
want?
Harry's side on this.
I don't care if people have voted for
Here's
him.
what I'll take,
They're
Harry.
idiots.
You should, because that's how you have to win money. That's the only way you could cash.
I'm
if
surprised
someone
with
votes
the
on it.
odds on Booker. I do think it's very good value from the standpoint that he was the best player on the team with the most wins last year, right? So
Right.
he
Darren,
should
it's
have
your
been.
argument.
He should have gotten at least been gotten some talk, but he isn't the flashy player that the NBA kind of markets, I would say.
Darren, it's almost like you were definitely your point about the Cy Young in the National League. Wright wins 21 on the defending champs. How come he's not getting any votes? How come no one wrote for him?
Okay, so what you say is, well, Devin Booker at 42 to 1 is ridiculous. It shouldn't be that high, but it's high because he's not going to win. So what I do want to pick is someone realistic. That's how I would
Here's the thing:
How
is
is Booker not realistic?
If he didn't win it last year and wasn't close,
because he didn't win it
can't
last
win it
year,
this
and they
year.
won
He can't
64
win it, right.
games. How many
can.
exactly? Thank you, Darren.
can.
How is he going to win?
He goes
How
out
is he going to
and
win?
gets
All new
28
people
points a
going to
game,
vote?
averages-
Well, no,
gets
he's
8
got-
rebounds and seven
No.
assists.
No,
and they're in
no.
first.
Don't do this. Don't do this. That's close to what he had last
for
year.
him
and
to
they won
win,
64
for him
games.
to win, he'd have to lead the league in scoring. He'd have to score like 31, 32 a game at least, right? To be in,
capable-
to
capable of
start
doing
getting
it.
some.
No, Bri, he just has to stay
Yeah, I mean,
at the top there. He
if
was
you
so
look
close
at
last
Booker,
year.
here's the thing:
Well, his
is
numbers are consistent.
his
every
numbers
year.
are the
He
same
deserved to
every
be there.
single
That's my
year.
point.
So
There's a conspiracy theory against Devin Booker, I guess. in
I
the NBA. Sorry.
personally don't think.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
throw
I
your money
actually
at
think-
it at the.
I've actually thought Harry's Suns pick is worse than I don't buy the Suns at all this year. I really
Maybe
don't.
not.
I think their time
Same team
came
again, Darren. They
I
didn't
think
lose anybody,
well, I think their
really.
time came and went. I think their opportunities were there,
Possibly.
and,
Like the
and they
Jazz,
kind of came
like
and
the
went.
Yeah, but
Jazz.
Darren, they need to shake it up. They maybe if they win 40 games, Booker has a shot because 64.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
they're
see
doing it.
both sides to this, but if he didn't get any votes last year, there's no. I don't think they're winning 64
Right.
games again this year. So he's not going to get any votes this year.
Right.
But he should have gotten them last
They
year.
vote for
but
the
he
same
should have
5
gotten
or
some
6 guys.
consideration.
Okay,
last
yeah,
year.
Stupid.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But right now we're
Yes.
giving picks at who we think are going to win, not
Well,
who we
because
think got ripped
Harry
off,
does like to
right?
do it because he goes, whatever, I took a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I
He
mean,
took a shot.
I don't
Who
think
did you
I'm
do
really
this
taking
with?
a shot, to be honest, but
Yeah, you
Okay.
are. I mean, if you based anything on like prior votes, like if you're the only one voting, I would say yes. That's great
let's
odds.
see.
Booker
If,
42 to 1. But it's not you voting. Yeah.
okay. If Giannis's numbers are the same as Devin Booker, Giannis just gets votes and Devin Booker doesn't.
Well,
Stupid.
Giannis,
I'm
yeah,
not
but Giannis's
saying you're
numbers
wrong, but you're
Giannis's
wrong.
numbers
He's a better
are
defensive player.
way better. They're not.
I
even
wouldn't
close.
say that, Darren.
They're not
that
even
way
close to numbers. They're not even
better. They're
close.
two different type of players. I'm just being.
Now-
He doesn't
being
care
fair.
about numbers. He
I was
doesn't
being
care
Your
about
argument,
votes. Come
your
on.
argument about the NBA and if they're the best team, and that's a different argument. But like in terms of players and stats, he's not close to those other
It's
guys.
12:32 a.m. I don't even care about the NBA anymore. I don't care.
All right, listen, whatever you're betting, teasers, over, under, do it through Caesars because they have all the names. Caesar himself, Cleo, the Mannings, Henrik Lundqvist, and now yours truly. Yes, Against All Odds is now a proud member of the Caesars empire. And you know what it is that sets Caesars Sportsbook and Casino apart from the others? It's the perks. This is the only sports betting app with Caesars rewards, so every time you place a bet, win or lose, you get reward credits, which could use towards game tickets, bonuses, experience, free stays at iconic Caesars destinations, and more. And your very first bet, check this out, Harry. It's on Caesars. Up to $1,250. If you win, congrats. If you don't, you'll get it all back as a free bet. That first bet also gives you 1,000 tier credits and 1,000 reward credits, putting you closer to the types of perks only Caesars can offer. So download the app, use promo code CZRFULL, and go full Caesars this season. Fuck, kid, you have an even worse pick. You're going with Megan Morant as MVP. Oh, no, who is this?
Nah, it's a different Morant here. So I'm taking Ja of the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, I'm a big fan of the Grizzlies. Almost was going to take them to win the championship. And I get what you guys are doing. Like, Sal, you like the Bucks, you like Giannis. Harry likes the Suns. He likes Booker. In my case here, one, I don't love the odds on Luka. And I don't know if the Mavs are going to be a great regular season team. I think they could hover around 50 wins, 51, 52 wins like they did last year. I think Luka's going to really pick it up in the playoffs and step up in the playoffs and be a force. That's why I like them to win the title. But I think Morant, let's face it, what an electrifying player. Harry, we love watching this guy play, right? Fantastic. He can do it all. Basically averaged 27.5 points last year, about 6 to 7 assists, 6 to 7 rebounds per game. He's electrifying. He's obviously on the rise. He's ascending as a basketball player, where maybe like a Booker has kind of plateaued. Morant is only going up right now. He's a superstar. Let's take Morant at 14-1 to win MVP. Again, it's kind of a weird dynamic with this team because we know the Grizz were pretty good without him last year. But ultimately, they need him to win a championship. I think Morant has a better year than he did even last year. And I think he'll be in the MVP conversation. Let's take him at 14-1.